What's up, my guy? What's up? We got another episode of the Average Joe's podcast. Obviously, we're on the video now, taking it to the video. No more audio only. Got my guy Albert. What's up, kid?
What's happening, man?
Let's go.
Good put a face to our beautiful voices. Let's
Yeah, let's
go.
go,
Come on,
baby. We
man.
had to. We had to get. We had to.
Well,
Oh
levels,
man,
levels, levels, levels. We
we
couldn't
have to
start
keep
off with the
adapting.
face. We couldn't start off with the face. We had to just do the
You
voice,
had
get
to.
it
You had to
in.
put it on pause. You had to wait. You had to wait.
Yeah.
So appreciate you being on as always, brother. So let's get into it. Obviously, we had the Super Bowl, huge game going on. We had commercials. We had all these different things, but let's kick things off with the commercials. I didn't really pay attention. I had my little one with me. The commercials. I don't know. Maybe you can speak to it. What did you think of the commercials?
I I couldn't tell you. There was one I remember, but usually there's some that stick out to me. But the only one I remember, and I'm sure this is the one that stuck out for everyone, was that dancing QR code.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, it
Coinbase
was
thing.
just yeah. That was the only one that stuck out, and I was
Yep.
about to click on it. I was like, this thing's bouncing around. Like, all right, it was just like reeling me in. I was like, all right, I'll take my phone out. And then once I got it out, it went away. So I was like, oh shit, all right.
Oh
But I
shit.
thought, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a crypto company or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. Coinbase.
Other than that, dude, like the commercials are pretty
Yeah. I heard
forgettable.
people were talking about the Sopranos throwback Sopranos commercial. I didn't see that one. I didn't catch it.
I I didn't see
He's
that one.
busy. I
I
was
saw
like
these.
doing some shit.
Your son, there was little like these little animals dancing and singing. That was a funny one. Your son was like that one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. He was
the
running
little
wild though. He was running wild,
alligator, the little alligator, there's a little dancing bird right there.
right?
Come on,
He was
man.
running wild. So what? I mean, before we get into like kind of detail oriented of the game, what do you take from the game? What like just kind of a macro perspective of it?
It's over, man. I'm sad. I was bittersweet going to the game, man. I love football.
Yeah.
Football is I talk about it all week, and then Saturday comes, and then Sunday it happens, and you put some money on the line. You got fantasy going on, me and you bullshit all week, and now it's
Yep.
just the off season. So it was bittersweet, a little more bitter because I feel like the 49ers should have been in there, you know.
For sure.
So it
Yep.
was
Didn't
just
make it
like,
though.
yeah, they didn't make it. They didn't make it, but it was
Cool.
it was a little average game. I want to say below average. It was nothing really exciting. There was a couple big plays that happened.
What?
You know, you think it was a great game?
I mean, I think all you can ask for is a close game. I mean, we had
Yeah,
all the components,
yeah,
all the components of a great game. It was close. It came down to the wire. It came down to a last minute drive by somebody, Stafford, Cup,
yeah. But
which we'll get into. I know we're probably on opposite ends of that, but let's get into it. Let's talk. Obviously, we have the key players who balled out, who we thought were going to ball out. Cooper Cup, Stafford did his thing. Joe Burrow was okay. Jamar Chase, he had the huge reception. I think it was 46 yards. He had about handful of catches, 5 catches for about 80 something yards. Higgins didn't get the over on the catches, but he had 100 yards. Obviously, the big touchdown. So let's talk about some of the unsung heroes, though, right? Let's talk about some of the guys that you like that aren't big names that kind of made an impact on the game.
I think the one that stuck out the most was Ashawn Robinson, man, on the D line. He was causing havoc. Rams D line towards the end of the game, especially, was getting after Burrow, and
Yep,
that was the main reason where Burrow could put it away. Burrow, I feel
yep,
like all fourth quarters was one play away from sealing the deal. He just
yep.
couldn't make that play. The Bengals O line just couldn't hold up. If they could have held up and
Right.
gave Burrow extra time to make that play, it could have been a different outcome. But Ashawn Robinson, this is a big name, but I think he's an unsung hero just because Donald took all the shine in the D line. Von Miller, I gave him a little bit of flack a couple of pods ago when I kind of saw this coming. I don't know. I said I like the Von Miller trade, but didn't like it with what they gave up. But if they can make a sack or two in the fourth quarter of the Super
Exactly.
Bowl, it's all worth it. And then look, here we are. Here we are.
Yep.
So
And he got it. He got 2 sacks. Him,
he
and-
got
him
it.
and him and
So
Aaron
yeah,
Donald got 2 sacks.
Ashawn Robinson,
Yeah.
Von Miller, they really just got off the Burrow. They didn't let him close the game out.
Yeah. Ashawn Robinson, number 9, he was a fucking beast, right? He was, stuffing the run. He was just a monster. And you can see his presence was known when he was in the game. When he was out of the game, that's typically when Mixon would burst like those larger chunks, right? Another guy on the Bengals, Logan Wilson. Obviously, we'll get into him as far as the end of the game. But other than that, he had an instant. He was flying. He was everywhere. I mean, he seemed like he was everywhere. The Rams weren't able to do anything on the run yet again, and we thought that they might struggle, but I mean, the Bengals even impressed even further, exceeded my expectations from a standpoint of stopping the run. I mean, they were just ridiculous from start to finish. So he was great. Another guy, number 50 on the Rams, Ernest Jones. He was great. He was flying around everywhere on the field. I think he had 7 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. So those 3 guys, they definitely were the unsung heroes, the guys that aren't big names, but no took care of business. So let's switch into how the Bengals lost the game. And number one, the first for me, I know it's going to probably be controversial, is the secondary. The secondary got too handsy at the end of the game, and there's a sequence of events, and I had to go back and I had to look at it. I had to look at and see what happened on 3rd or 4th down and what could have happened, so on and so forth. So a lot of people allude to, Logan Wilson, the defensive holding, probably the controversial of all the calls on 3rd and goal. However, I believe it was after that, which would have been 4th down, was the 2 penalties that offset, right? The unnecessary roughness and the holding. So you get that, then you have retry 4th down, then you have pass interference on the very next play. So either way, it's 1st down.
Yeah.
So if there was a play in between, then I maybe look at the holding or whatever the case may be. But like considering the sequence of events, I mean they would have got into the end zone regardless. So I mean I think once they had the defensive holding call, I think that the team probably got deflated. But I mean I don't think they were going to stop Kupp for another 2 or 3 plays anyways. I mean.
I don't know what took them so long to start feeding the ball, man. They were determined on running the rock, and I get it. Like, gotta keep running the ball, But man, it took a while. The last 2 drives, were like, fuck it, let's get it to our MV fucking P of the league, I just kept on betting him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not a big film guy or like all 11 guy, but I don't know if they like double team up at all. But with Odell Beckham out, you feel like we would a little bracket.
Right.
What you know about brackets?
Here we go. No, I mean they kept moving them around. They moved them around. They moved them all like pre-snap all around the field. So I mean they made ways where he'd start on the left side, go on the right side, quick little ditch out, and just get him the ball in space. And then a lot of times he'd catch the ball 3 to 5 yard pass, and it'd be him, and then make one guy miss, and then obviously safety come help and linebackers, whatever the case may be. But I mean they just the execution at the end was just the offense just executed more. I don't know. I mean, not to jump ahead, but I mean, my reason 3 was Zach Taylor. That play calling, I don't know what the hell they were doing from after that T Higgins big play.
Yeah,
I don't know what their game plan was. I mean, their offense was extremely stale.
Their offense was they're like most of their drives were off big plays. Off the big, like Jamar Chase chunk, Higgins chunk, Mixon had a couple chunks. They couldn't really sustain drives. But I mean, you could say that's because of their O line.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Mixon like the 3rd down calls, 3rd and 4th down. That 3rd down was 3rd and 1, and they couldn't get the 1st down towards I think it was the last drive. They gave it to Samaje P. Ryan.
Right.
Why not give it to Mixon, man? That just had that just made me want to rip my face off, man. That's had flashbacks of 49ers not giving the ball to Debo. But yeah, he wanted to Mixon. Mixon was taking chunks, man. He was having a hell of a game. I know you like them all going to the game.
Yeah. I like Mixon in the receiving.
But yeah, I don't get. Sure. We should have depended on him a little bit more. He was definitely a factor, and to have it end with Samaje P. Ryan in the ball,
I mean, for what Mixon was doing on the running game, they stopped him pretty much in the receiving game. He had 5 or 6 catches, but they're like for 2 yards. So he wasn't getting anything. He didn't get it as far as receiving yards. So I know if you bet the over on the yards, you're pissed, which a lot of people did, right? A lot of people bet on 22 or something like 20. Yeah, it was something really low. So obviously that didn't hit. It was weird. It was just a weird stat line, right? He had 5 or 6 catches for 2 yards, which is fucking weird. And then finally for me, obviously the O-line. I mean, it came back to haunt them in the second half. I mean, they pinned their ears back and they just got after it. with Ernest Robinson, with his force in the middle and allowing access to Floyd, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, like all these guys just pretty much teed off all second half, and they had no answer. And then, of course, naturally, as everybody drawled it up, Aaron Donald with the last sack not sack, but the last
sack,
little.
Or did he
get it off?
Oh, yeah, no,
I don't know if I don't know if they blew the whistle. I think he threw it off to. Yeah. He threw it away, and then obviously you kneel it over there. So the rest is history. The Rams won. My bets, I actually went 4-2. Oh man, let's get this over with. I went 4-2. I had took Israel from the night before and Rams money line, so a little UFC football action there. So I had Rams, so I covered on that. Yeah, I had the over on the sacks. I lost on Higgins over 5.5. He had 4 receptions, so didn't make that. Should have went with the yardage. I had Mixon over 3.5, and then OBJ.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! I was so pissed because everybody who had money on OBJ is pretty much at that point. You're looking and thinking like, okay, what can I buy with this money? Because it's over. I got it. Like
first quarter,
he had
50
like
yards.
52. Yeah, 50 yards. Like you're
50
set.
yards, a touchdown, man.
Yeah.
Looking good. It was looking good.
That was that one really broke my heart. Obviously, I lucked out on the first touchdown score, but they didn't.
You had that? Hit. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. I had OBJ over for first touchdown.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. What bets do you have?
I had a little parlay going on underdog with OBJ over T Higgins. I think I only hit on the Joe Burrow completions.
Right.
And then on this other side, I took the Bengals. I love the Bengals. I was telling you 4.5.
You love it.
Yeah, me and you had a weird bet going on. Well, I took 4.5 on the official website, but me and you took 3 points. So I watched that later. I know. Whatever.
The negotiator. And me,
I should have stuck with it.
Higher.
I know. It's a 3.5. You 3. Me. 5.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Well, my rationale was an underdog has never lost unless
won by less than like 3 or whatever.
Yeah. So if they're gonna win, they're gonna win by 4.
Yeah. Yep.
And they didn't win, but still, it canceled. It still holds true,
Yeah. And really, I should have freaking won the bet because these idiots missed an extra point. They should have won by 4. Fuck.
All right, so I had Ben Jefferson. I had 2.5 or 1.5 receptions. Weird bet. 1.5 receptions on the second half. Second half after OBJ went out, I took a Ben Jefferson 1.5 over.
A live prop bet.
Yeah. And then I had. And then I had. MVPs. I had T Higgins, man. I had to write it down with T Higgins.
Yeah.
It was looking all right?
Yeah, it was.
MVP. I was like $5
yeah.
Win,
if the Bengals won and he kind of, with that last drive, he did something. He kept going.
Big.
It looked
good.
Good.
If he had another 60-yard pass, it looked good. And then I had Von Miller and Leonard Floyd MVPs. That was just a little $5 bet. That would have like $200, but that was just funny money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up $20 over after all the nonsense.
All that fucking stress.
Yeah.
Here, checking there. Oh
20,
shit.
Baby.
That's good stuff. So will the Bengals be back?
Oh man, that is rough. And I don't know, man. That AFCs are hard as shit to get out of. You got all the best quarterbacks. I mean, we already been through this. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. But yeah, it's hard, man. I feel like they get lucky, but they definitely. The Steelers will be back with Jimmy G next year.
Oh my God.
We'll see. I don't know. They have a young team. If Joe Burrow can just ball out, I wouldn't bet on it.
No, yeah.
But obviously the Rams, they got a lot of free agents, but they'll definitely be back. They'll be contending for the NFC West, and there's not a lot of NFC hierarchy going on right now. So
it's a good time.
if Donald stays and if McVay is rocking back, and they got Stafford for a long time, and they got some pieces. If they figure it out, I'm sure they'll be back. But Bengals, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I think the Bengals will be around in playoff contention. They do have some cap space. They have like 50 to 60 million in cap space. I mean, you have to imagine that their 31st pick, definitely on O line. They got to go O line heavy. They got to get some guys in there to help with via free agency and the draft, which I think they will. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're young. They're still a young team. The defense is good. I know they still have some guys leaving in free agency. So with that 50 million, they're gonna have to use to retain some guys too. But I mean, the Rams will be there. The NFC suddenly is done pretty weak, right? The door is pretty open. However, the Cowboys seem like they don't want to fucking go through the door. It's about as open as possible in the NFC.
Oh, they're holding the door open. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. No, just hang. I'll just stay out here.
Boy.
The weather's great. Fucking idiots. Idiots,
yeah,
bro.
weather's great.
Yeah. But I'm not buying this Donald retirement. If this was later on, maybe. But this dude has 75 million, 70 million left on his contract. He's not just letting 70 million. He's not letting it ride.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, he has like 70.
Left?
He's got 3 million, like 3 years, 70 million. He's not going. He's not leaving that money on the table. There's no way. Maybe the last year.
I would be surprised. Maybe I don't know.
I'd say if they go out and they win another championship, and then he wins another championship, and then okay, he's a year older. Maybe he's got 45, 50 million, 70 something million. That's too much money to be leaving on the table.
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I will take it for what it's worth. I don't know. How would this rumor? Like these rumors don't get started out of nowhere. You know why?
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of. I'm not saying that it's not a thought process. Like it's kind of like, okay, we won Super Bowl. Like, everybody's fucking beat the shit up at the end of the season. You win the Super Bowl, you're beat up. You're like, damn, like, now I haven't seen my family and like I haven't spent really great time with them. Of course, you're like, should I be done?
Sure.
Then you get back to like, you get rested. You realize, okay, I spent some time with my family. Guess what? It might be beneficial for my family to make that 70 million and then be done. Like, but I don't know. I'm not buying it, but we'll see. I mean,
we'll see. I know their tackle's gone for sure. Whitworth.
What's that?
Their tackle's gone for sure. Andrew Whitworth.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's like 42 or 41 or whatever.
Yeah, he is. and he was playing like a top 10 tackle all year too.
Yeah. I know he's been getting banged up. I know he's over this shit. This is like he's got to be. He's definitely done. Next one is the Rams way. The Rams uniqueness of them trading away all their picks. Should they? I'm on the mindset that if the Rams should keep going, especially with the NFC being so wide open, the players that they have, this is their window. Like you already started this shit. The Rams should trade away, but in terms of other teams mocking this is, I think they're definitely the exception than the new rule.
Yeah, it's a very specific formula. You got to have your right ingredients, right? And the Rams had the right ingredients. They had the right coach. They had the right players. They knew what they got. They traded for the right people too. It's not like they traded for like, I don't know, like a middle linebacker or something. Yeah, or like that's all-star Pro Bowl. Or like I don't like the Seahawks. They traded for Adams. Like that would have been the right piece. But Jalen Ramsey, yes, you trade 2 firsts for him. You don't trade 2 firsts for Adams. But yeah, man, they're all in. They can't really keep on buying because they don't have the assets right now to do it.
Right.
Maybe in a couple of years they could do it, or maybe they'll sell a piece and then kind of get some assets back and then push them back out. I don't know, but it works. Not everyone could do it. You don't want the Jaguars to do that type of shit. Seahawks definitely can't do that type of shit.
Do that type of shit.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, the 49ers kind of did it, but it was more towards the future and in the slightest way. With Trey Lance. They got Emmanuel Sanders. Trent Williams. They got some prospects, or not prospects. They got some players to win now.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, Cowboys. I think they're in the. They got the right ingredients to make moves like that.
Yeah, and we'll get into that now. So off season's here. There's some of the trades that I'd like to see. Are 3 players that I would like to see traded. The destination it's up in the air, but Calvin Ridley. Probably one of the top players that I would like to see him traded. He's got to get the hell out of there. Matt Ryan's done. His window's done. Like he's Calvin Ridley. I don't know whatever he went through, but he definitely. I don't want him back in the same toxic situation as from a football standpoint. Let's give him a fresh start. Get the hell out of there. I don't know, Patriots, Browns. I don't know what you might think maybe a good destination for him. Those are two destinations that pop out to me. But Calvin Ridley, another guy on the Dolphins, since they decided to just kind of, I don't know, switch gears with coaching. When Damian Howard, maybe he gets traded. A team like, I don't know, the Bengals could probably use him.
Yeah.
And then
Like
and
that.
then finally, Amari Cooper's got to go.
Really?
He's got to go. There's no his cap hit is $22 million. Him and D-Law, there's no way I can see both of them still a Cowboy. And considering we have CeeDee Lamb and like you drafted Lamb for this particular situation, right? Like you got to use that $22 million somewhere else. He's got to. I don't know if he can get traded to like a Jaguars, a team. I don't know. Maybe that's he goes to Cleveland. I think maybe Jaguars or New England. I don't know. But he's got to get the hell out of Dallas. There's no reason with CeeDee Lamb. We got Dalton Schultz, Blake Jarwin. We got Cedric Wilson. I don't know. We got to sign him too, but we can't pay $22 million to him. Like you can't.
Yeah, it fits their offense though. It's not like the worst.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like he's on the Niners, or like a more run focused team. What do you think he get back for Cooper?
I'd say shit, probably like a fucking third. Yeah. I'd say probably a third round pick. I mean, he's definitely, he's still formidable. He's got a high cap hit. So, that's the thing. He's $22 million. That's pretty fucking high. Yeah, those are my guys. Any guys that you think?
The first one I thought of was Saquon Barkley. Get him. Like even with the new coach, they're bringing new life to the offense, but his philosophy. You don't see the running backs get big yardage or big production. With Josh Allen's been more of a passing attack.
Right.
So maybe I could see him getting value out of having someone else find value in Saquon Barkley and maybe getting some assets back. I could see him maybe going to like the Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. He might get desperate.
Bills?
Maybe Bills? Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, good old Buffalo, baby.
Bills. That would be
Bills
nice.
Mafia. That'd be nasty. That would be nasty.
Dayball with the his old team, a little friendly fire.
Yep.
I like that. And who was the other one I thought of? You stole it.
Mark Cooper, is Xavier Howard?
Yes, Xavier Howard. Let's see if I can think of another one on the fly.
Okay. So where do you see Aaron Rodgers going?
Aaron Rodgers. Well, rumors and smoke is in the air about to go to Denver. I mean,
right?
He's in Green Bay. It seems like so. That's what I mean. Even the Super Bowl odds has Denver as like the 6th best odds right now. Tied with San Francisco at plus 1,200, I think, or plus 16 or plus 1,200. So I mean, that's obviously because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. For sure.
So I could see him going there. It'd be a perfect fit. Depends on what they. I don't know what they give up for him, but like, imagine they want to win. I mean, Elway, he's always been a win now, trying to acquire talent. He's still like he's not the GM, but he's like the president now, right? Elway.
Yeah.
He's not the GM.
I mean, one of the places that hasn't been kind of rumored really as much, but I'd love to see him would be Tennessee. I'd love to see him in Tennessee. I think that team would be strong. I think that even
I would love
better.
That.
I think that would even be a better fit than Denver. That not too many better fits, but that's
they have
strong.
And Tannehill's a nasty cap hold.
Yeah,
but you could
trade. Yeah, you got to figure it out. You got to trade something. But I would love to see Aaron Rodgers in Tennessee. I think that team would be instantly right there with Kansas City and Buffalo for number one in AFC.
AJ Brown, Julio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric Henry. Nice little O line. Yeah, it's.
They got solid O line. Defense. Vrabel. I could see Vrabel. Mike Vrabel and Aaron Rodgers seem like perfect little match. I see that.
Right.
The Broncos hired the Packers offensive coordinator too, so maybe they had some inside exchange. Like, hey man.
Right. All right.
You know,
So what
I got
about your boy Jimmy G and Russ? You think Russ is gone? And what price do you see Jimmy G at?
Russ. I feel like he wants to go, but I feel like he's too scared. He's too like too much of a weenie to like just put his fan base against him. You know, I feel like he just go out and say it. Say you want to be traded. There was all that drama last year, and ended up being like, nah, we're good. Um,
Right.
I feel like he wants to be in the bright lights a little bit. Like he wants to get some like going to the New York Giants or some shit. I would like that. That'd be cool.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York Giants, a little fresh air. I don't think it's gonna happen. Just because I don't know. Russ is just weird. He's a weird person.
Yeah.
You know, he's just so like
He's a weird
corny.
motherfucker.
He's corny. He's just like a
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah,
him
he's like he
staying.
seems
I don't
he
know.
seems so he doesn't seem real.
Yeah. He's.
He
I
doesn't seem
think he
real.
might stay. Honestly. That's.
You think he's saying
Yeah. I think he's staying. I don't know. I don't
right?
know. I just can't picture him going. I don't. I picture him always going to be a Seattle Seahawks. Like I don't know. I think that if anybody can amend their relationship, it's something him. He'd probably go and talk to Pete and work it out with the owners and whatnot. But I don't know. I just feel like he's going to stay. But what do you think?
Fair
Jimmy
enough.
G's going to be with the Steelers or Bucks or Saints?
Jimmy G. He's gonna stay another year with San Francisco. Let Trey Lance learn under a real quarterback one more year. No, no, yeah, no, he's gone. Bucks, no. Bruce Arians, he likes a dude that could throw it out. You know, Jimmy G definitely not that. The two teams that I got my eye on is Commanders and the Steelers.
Commanders.
I know that's so weird, man. What
Commanders.
the Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. They want to win. They're in not the their divisions or their division. Yeah, their division's still wide open. You know, kind of a little bit. Got Giants, Cowboys shuffling around. Eagles. If they get a quarterback, I mean, they were the hot picks to win the division last year, but they started off slow.
Right.
So yeah, if they can get a quarterback, you never know. You never know. And the Steelers, that's my favorite. With Big Ben, he wasn't really a throw it long type of quarterback late in his career, even for like past like 5 or 6 years. More of a
Yeah.
think and dunk guy. You know what I mean? And that's what Jimmy G is fucking expert at. He'll make those tight throws in windows. Najee Harris will get 15 receptions a game. You know, Chase Claypool will get all those end
DJ
rounds.
will get up. DJ's one of
Yeah,
he'll get a lot of receptions.
all those slants. I mean, he's good at. Yeah, he seems like a tough guy. Jimmy G. That's what everyone, even though it's hurt all the time, everyone applauds him on his toughness. And you know, the only way you can show your toughness is when you're injured. And guess what? Jimmy G's injured a lot, so everyone thinks he's tough. But I don't know. That's how it works. Like, you're not gonna be tough for being healthy. Like, he's injured a lot, so he gets to show his toughness all the time. That's why everyone thinks he's tough.
There you go. Hmm? There you go.
But I think I think he'll get a. I think the market is gonna look good. I think the draft class doesn't look great, so I think a lot of teams will get desperate. Depending on the movement of Watson, Rodgers, and Russell, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a second and a fifth, or like a third and a player. Kind of like what Alex Smith got with the Chiefs. They got like that cornerback and a third or second. Right. The Niners got like a backup corner and a third, or a second and a condition, or a fifth and a conditional second or third.
Conditional. Yep.
Yeah, there was rumors today or yesterday about an executive thought that they can justify the Commanders giving up their first round pick for Jimmy G. I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, you could justify it, but does it make yeah, it's pick 11 too.
Yeah, like no, you don't go, especially for a team that's done this already. I mean, not the same style of quarterback like in a like Ryan Fitzpatrick or something like that, but like a guy they've already done like the kind of middling quarterback route. Like, don't you want like someone that you can like groom and like take this franchise to the next level?
Well, that's probably part of it too. Like, I'm sure they'll draft someone or they'll get like, you know, Jimmy G shouldn't be the end all be all if you're a court if you're a.
Well, you wouldn't be getting. I guess my argument is you wouldn't be given a first round pick. No way. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I'll take it. Fuck it.
Yeah. But of course, my boy said, "I'll take it. Fuck it." So just three of my favorite early free agent pairings. I think it's from what I've seen, OBJ at he has to stay. Obviously, he's got torn ACL, but like he's found his place. He needs to be in LA from a football standpoint, outside of football, everything. OBJ needs to stay in LA. I like Leonard Fournette maybe going to the Bills. I like him going to the Bills. And I like Chandler Jones. They actually have the cap space. I like Chandler Jones going to the Chargers. I like that, pairing him up with Bosa. I like them. And then finally, we're gonna wrap this up. My allergies have been kicking off, so we'll make another video for basketball. But so obviously, what rule change would you like to see? I think we're probably both in agreement in overtime. So I'll let you speak to that before we close. What you would like to see in overtime, or what?
Overtime, yeah. I want to change the thing that we talked about a lot. That
right
all right, explain it.
Yeah, the what's it called? The fucking the college rules. I think that's
have the college rules be more adapted to that. It doesn't have to be exactly the college rules, but have the college rules where you can flip back and forth on offense and defense and have a chance to match each other on
for sure
on points instead of having the offense or having the kicking team kick it and you could march down the field, score a touchdown, and then that's it. And then the other team doesn't have a chance to match. Unless it's a field goal, and then you can give me some excitement, man. Give me a
fair chance from the other team.
Yeah, exactly. I think your argument is they get tired and stuff, but I feel like
it sounds so like it's a small issue. It's a big issue. They get tired of stuff.
You get professional athletes, bro.
Man, but they're still older. You can't have them play forever. You see these guys. At the end of the game, and they're fucking gassed. And I'm telling you, I do agree that there needs to be changes, but there's gonna be a big name that gets hurt in one of these later games in overtime, and if somebody's gonna be like, see, this is what it's. I mean, not saying it won't work, but there's going to be injuries that happen because of fatigue in that second overtime.
I can see that. So, I mean, it would have to get. It's not a rule they'll make up on the offseason. They'll have to do a collective bargaining agreement or some shit like that. But I mean, the NFL at the end of the day is a league to entertain, and that is the best way to entertain I think in football is just to match back and forth. It's like in beer pong, you just fucking boom, make a cup. You got a match, boom, make a cup. Yeah, come on now.
Oh, not the corkscrew. The corkscrew.
Oh, this guy.
The NFL already showed they don't really give a fuck about players' safety. Well, they do in terms of they're like, fuck it, play another game, play another game, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
So they're like, oh, play longer too.
They cut off the
preseason.
Preseason, so
yeah, but these motherfuckers weren't playing preseason anyways.
It's not even longer. Sometimes they'll do 14-minute, 13-minute, like the Steelers and Titans on week 17 or 16. Some of them give them to overtime, and they have 8, 7, 9 drive plays back and forth. What I'm saying is do a 4, 5, 6 little drive. You flip. The other defense or offense is waiting.
Yeah,
but no,
I don't want to see no back and forth. In theory, I'd love that idea. If you can come up with something that's fair, where okay, if the offense scores, they can go for this or whatever the case may be, and then the second team they can go for 2, and then boom, that's over. I don't want to see the offense scored after 4 quarters of play. The offense gets the ball, they grind it out for X amount of plays, score a touchdown. Then the other guys grind it out, score a touchdown, and then it keeps going and going and going. It's that's too fucking long. But you got if they can incorporate a 2-point conversion or some shit.
Yeah.
To
definitely. That would be that'd be in there, and then eventually it'll get kind of pushed back a little bit further and further. So it's not easy to convert.
Yeah. So let's wrap this shit up, dude. I got allergies up the motherfucking yin yang. Your boy's moving. So I think this was good for our first video to kind of get our feet wet. Get the faces out there. I probably got snot coming out my nose. Appreciate you joining like always, brother. And then we'll hit it again next week. So that's it for us here at Average Joe's. We're out.